So finally, let's welcome our last speaker for today's seminar, Mr. Kevin Howe, our head of System Services section at the Education University of Hong Kong Library, to discuss integrating technology to augment library provision with virtual reality facilities. Mr. Howe, please.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Kevin Howe from the Education University of Hong Kong Library. My topic is about integrating education technology and virtual reality facilities to augment our library provision and space enhancement projects. Okay, just a brief introduction. We are the Education University of Hong Kong Library with a main campus library of size about 8,000 square meters and a branch library of size about 260 square meters. The main campus library has 6 floors. Each floor is built with different study spaces for different purposes of learning and working. Okay, so this is our transformation since 2014. So for the past 10 years, we have done lots of spatial projects related to space enhancement and future classroom and spatial reorganization projects. And many of these are done because of the needs that we need to augment our library provision. And we also have lots of other projects not related to space enhancement, and it's not shown here, so we've done many more. I will describe more in detail our 2014 to 16 library spatial reorganization project and the 2018 to 2022 future classroom project, as well as a little bit on what we are doing right now this year over there, the space and facility enhancement. So spatial reorganization. In 2014, we had to convert a traditional library into a modern-looking, versatile library by rearranging the public areas on all the floors to have more open spaces and natural lighting at the front of the library so that it creates a more open, wide study spaces. We did this by moving the shelves to the back of the library. And then we added the facilities and applied different zonings on different floors. For example, on the lower floor, we have more study and discussion areas for students to have more interactive sessions. Whereas on the upper floor, we provided quieter areas with study booths. And we expanded the 24-hour areas on the ground floor and the lower podium floor. And we have a food and drink area on the ground floor, which is 24 hours, and to provide a comfortable and cozy environment for students to relax. And during examination period, we accommodated flexible opening hours on different floors. So if students want to work late, they can stay on those floors until later. And we achieve all of this without zero gain in the construction floor area, which is 8,000 square meters. Okay, it has always been 8,000 square meters for the last nearly 30 years. And we did this by installing compact shelves to a more printed collection. We constructed more tighter bookshelves instead of more wide open bookshelves. So you can see the floor plan on the left is the spatial reorganization before, and that's on the right is the spatial reorganization after. So, okay, so you can just see here, these bookshelves here were very widely spaced out, and after the spatial reorganization is more tightly installed to cater for more printed collection. We install compact shelves here so that these spaces were used. We rearrange the printed collections on different floors to allow more open spaces here. So whereas before it was all bookshelves. Okay, and also the food and drink area on the ground floor. Okay, whereas it was again with bookshelves. So this is like converting the traditional layout of the library into something more open. Okay, just to show you the photos before spatial reorganization. So it was all like, it was all very dark in here. Okay, you can already see this is in daylight, but if you go into the shelves, it's all just like bookshelves and tables, and sort of creating a dark environment. After the spatial reorganization, it's all open with more natural lights coming in into the open area. And there's also a door panels on each floor to shield the noise from the staircase. Okay, 2018 Future Classroom projects. We have 8 Future Classroom projects built inside the library. Okay, this is all inside the library. Each Future Classroom has a name. We gave it a name so that when you look at the name, you sort of like guess what the purpose of the Future Classroom can be used for. Otherwise, you just be Future Classroom 1 to 8, so it's not very interesting. I don't know if I can get to the VR tour. It's actually a virtual tour created on our library website so that you can have a look at it before, or visit us. You're welcome to visit us, but if you just want to look at it online, you can actually click the link on our website to see what each classroom looks like. Okay. It's sort of like one of those virtual tour with a graphic to describe what it looks like. Okay. So it was a joint project between the library, LTTC, our learning and teaching department, the estate office, and OCIO, our IT department, with academic and professional inputs from the academics of the university and other educators. All the future classrooms are tailored for current and future pedagogical models and needs, as well as the development in the IT technology and equipment. And it has absorbed 1/8 of the main library's total floor area, which is about 1,000 square meters. Okay, we have 8,000 square meters. Okay, so 1,000 square meters of those were used to install the future classroom. So what did we do with the printed collection of the 1,000 square meters? We moved it to the branch library as a remote storage unit. And we did some weeding and then reshuffling of the printed collection, mostly less frequently used books and bound journals. And because we couldn't extend our library, so we had to do this without zero gain in the floor area. So what if the users want to borrow those printed collection? We put a request button in our library catalog, so they can request, and then we deliver this via the intercampus delivery service. So the design principle of the future classroom is to serve as reference and model classroom for EduHK and local schools. By the way, our university, our students, they are student teachers. Okay, they graduate and most of them become local school teachers. So what we have here in the facilities is actually right for them when they actually go into the school, when they go to school practice during the study. Okay, it's pedagogy driven and it's practical and cost effective. I would say it's not extremely expensive, but it is expensive. Okay, so it's not very, very expensive. It does cost. It has to support the latest teaching development for many years, and it's not designed to be technology or IT based. In fact, the technology should support the innovative pedagogy, teaching method, and the use of the learning space. And we have to constantly reviewing what the facilities can be upgraded to cater for emerging trends. For example, we changed the projectors to higher resolution, 4K projectors. Okay, it's still expensive, but we do this bit by bit, and it was okay. And the best of all is all the future classrooms inside the library can be used by all library users when there are no scheduled classes. So all of them can see what the class look like instead of going to another classroom where they can't book the classroom to use it. So we open the doors when there are no classes. There's a list of standard equipment in most of the future classrooms, mainly the audio-visual system, 4K projectors, writable walls, lighting with different songs, and the wireless ceiling microphone and wireless microphone to enhance the interactive sessions, and with movable and stackable furnitures. So this is actually the spatial reorganization in 2014 to 16. This is the future classroom in 2018 to 2022. So you can see here, the bookshelves here were removed. Okay, these are future classrooms. And bookshelves here removed. And on the ground floor, they both look the same because there's a pilot future classroom called Creative Lab. It was already installed in 2018. So these two look the same. Let's go through each one of these briefly. The creative arts room is designed for creative arts. And for example, exhibition with movable wall partition. And when it's not in the exhibition mode, it can be used as a normal class for teaching. It has Dolby Atmos sound system and a piano. So a small musical performance can be held there. There are double glass door to shield the noise from outside of the library opening area. There's a professional recording studio where user can create songs, and the visual arts room where user can create videos. The future primary and secondary, early childhood primary and special education room reference and model classrooms for schools. So you can see the photos in here. The e-learning studio is a classroom designed for library, workshops, as well as classes. It has movable furniture and high-end notebooks, and a 4K large screen for large presentation. This classroom is actually a hybrid classroom where online participants can look at the whole classroom through this 180-degree camera. Okay, I can't get a cursor today. Okay, here. This camera that is a 180-degree camera. When there's an online session going on, the participant can see what's inside the classroom to enhance the interactive session. Of course, there is ceiling microphone and wireless microphone, so participants can walk around the classroom and speak, and the noise will pick up, like this microphone. Okay, the STEM room is equipped with facilities for STEM education, has 3D printers, laser cutter, high-end notebooks, and movable furnitures. Speak like the setting for some local schools when you visit. They already have some of this, but maybe in smaller scale. VR facilities is available in the extended reality room and the creative lab, and the VAM production center and equipment, which is the VR, AR media production center and equipment area. So the creative lab is the first pilot future classroom. It enables user to create AR, VR application using high-end computing equipment. And it's open 24/7 because it's installed on the ground floor. Okay, our ground floor is open 24/7. The extended reality room has two parts. We have the caves inside the XR room, Okay, and the projection cave you see on the left, it has size of about 70 square meters. Okay, and it's the first cave that we installed in 2021. It was the largest cave in the school community, and it has 16 projectors to provide a 360-degree immersive environment for game projection. And we installed a second cave setup in 2023. This uses the LED panels to give a more vivid, sharper image and might be higher resolution. But both caves enables 3D visual experience depending on the game content that you create. Okay, and the design of the cave is to support multiple subject discipline, and it supports different learning and teaching approaches from traditional to experimental, so as to promote active learning and to increase students' motivation and interest in using the immersive technology. It supports students at different levels and of different classes. And it must support the continuous content development by the teaching departments and units. So you can see the photos there. This is the projection cave, a user playing the fencing game, okay, in the immersive environment. And the one on the corner there is the museum image projected, the 3D image from the LED cave. Just as we can install a physical cave in the library, you can also hire or install a portable cave. Okay, it only takes up 2 meters times 2 meters. This is for whether you want to decide if you want to install a cave permanently before you actually invest something like that. You can actually hire or rent a cave to see what it looks like. The same games can be installed on both caves. And there are different suppliers doing this. So it provides flexible installation. So the cave is not just for games, okay? We do collaboration projects with teaching departments. This is important to show that we're utilizing the facilities. And right now we're doing a 3-year project with LTTC to develop 200 immersive games for the projection cave. And the approach is to select a list of games where we customize the video background production. Students apply the scripting and writing into the game contents. The game contents is the language is Unity based. So if students learn enough, some students they do very good contents if they know more about the Unity language, or they can just use a drag and drop to provide the contents. So the extended reality room, we have game consoles, VR treadmill for VR games, and then the real game session regularly held every month to promote our facilities to the users. And this is the software installation. Okay. Time is up. Okay, this is the last slide. Right now we're doing more spaces. Okay, we're going to put more sound booths into the work and to cater for the emerging development. And that's it. Thank you. Thank you very much.